Hello everyone. So in the previous video, you must have seen that how we can extract JSX to the new components and we can create those new components in new files. At the same time, we saw that how you can duplicate a single component. So in this video, we are going to cover that what is meant by component nesting, how you can nest the components, and then we will see how you can pass and receive the props. And finally, we will see that how you can implement an approval card kind of thing in your React based component. So let's get started. Till now, we have seen that in the index.js file, we created a component app, and inside it, we created another component which is called comment detail. And for this comment detail, we created a new file with the name comment_detail.js, where the duplicating or the repetitive code we have written in this file. So if I talk about the first topic for this video, which is called component nesting. So what is component nesting? So you must have seen that we created a component. You can say this is a parent component, and inside it we created another component which is called comment detail. So this is called component nesting, wherein we can nest one component below the another component, which is the app. So in this case, comment detail will become your child component and app will become the parent component. So this is called, or this is the concept of component nesting. So in React, you can basically nest a component or a child component in or within a parent component. Okay. Now let's come to the next topic, which is passing and receiving the props. So let's understand the props mechanism in React.js. This is very, very important to understand. Okay. Now, why props is required? So in this particular example, as of now, you must have seen the output. In the output, what we are seeing is that we have a comment text. We have, let's say, the timestamp and then the comment. Okay, the name of the author, the comment, and the timestamp and the image of that particular author who has given the comment. But in this case, what is happening? Although you have means extracted the JSX to a new file, which is comment detail.js, but still your values are hard coded. By that, what I mean is that if you see that who is the comment author, Matt, when he has posted the comment and what is the comment text. So basically, all these three things are repetitive in your output. You can see here. Now, if you want to make it configurable, or if you don't want to pass the hard coded values, so there the props mechanism comes into picture. So how you can create the props? What are props? So basically props are, you can say, attributes or properties of a particular component. Okay. So in this case, we have component called comment detail, and we know that we want four things basically in our output. What are those four things? The author image, the author name, the author timestamp when he has posted that comment, and the text basically. So these four things we need to pass as props. So how you can create the props for a React component? So props are nothing but, you can say, the parameters or the arguments which you want to pass to your React component. Okay. So in this case, we have the component called comment detail, and we want to pass some parameters so that our values don't become hard coded. Okay. So let's do it, that how we can create the props for the comment detail React component. Okay. So first one is, so you can see the first one is the name of the author. So we can write as, let's say, author name is equal to, you can pass some value, is equal to Matt. So this becomes your first, you can say, prop or property or argument or parameter for this particular React component. Okay. Now let's say the second one, let's say avatar. So basically you want to pass some image to your React component. So what you can do, you can pass the image, or you have created another property, let's say avatar. And in this, since we are passing the images or getting the images from the faker library, so what you can do, whatever you are passing like faker.image.avatar, now you can copy this particular thing in your index.js. So this becomes avatar. Now what else, what other properties we want for the comment detail component? So another is, so we have included the image. So let's see the output. We have included the image, we have included the author name. Now the timestamp, so let's say time ago, another property I am creating. Okay, another property I am creating. And then what else, what is the last property you want? The last property you want is the text. Okay, so I am writing is at comment text. I'm writing it nice blog post. Okay, so these are the you can say means four basically parameters which you can provide. So let's do it. Okay, so what properties you are props you are providing to this component? Author name. Okay, I am just indenting it, avatar, and then this is time ago, and the fourth one is the comment text. Right, so that is how means you can create the props or give pass the props to a React component. All right, so we have created one component or we have nested one component and we have passed some props to this particular component. Likewise, you can pass the other values to your other components, which is the second comment detail and the third comment detail. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to copy this twice so that we can pass different values in this particular component. Okay, so let me copy this. I'm just copying, so I'm copying it for the first time and then I'm copying it for the second time. Okay, now we have three component details and having the different props: author name, avatar, time ago, and comment text. So these are the properties which we are passing. Now let's pass the different values. So I'm passing Jenny, let's say I'm passing Mac, and then today at 3:45, so let's say let it be 1 and let it be 5 p.m. or am maybe. Okay. Nice blog post. We can write something else. Let's say nice article, or maybe something else. Like let's say I like the subject. Right. So now you can see that what we have done. We have a component comment detail. Okay, and we are passing different props, right? So now in this case the values are not hard coded and values will not be hard coded. So let's save this file. Now the last step, since you have defined the props, now you have to use these props in your comment detail.js, because the actual definition of this particular component is written in another file which is comment detail, right? So now what we can do in the comment detail, where you have the hard coded values, so at the four places you have the hard coded values: the src, the name, the timestamp, and the comment text. So what you can do, you can pass the props. You can pass the props from the index.js file, and you have to specify the props, consume the props in this particular file. So how you do this? So here we have to define like props. Okay, so comment detail props. Now in src we are writing faker.image.avatar. Instead, now what we will write, like props dot the property name, and property name is avatar, right? Similarly, for the hard coded author name, what we can write now is props dot, and what is the property name we have, we can copy it from here so that there is no text problem. So props dot author name. Similarly, the timestamp we can write from here. So props dot, what is the property name we have taken, time ago. So we can specify here time ago. And similarly, the last thing for the text, so this will be props, so this will be props dot, so what is the name, comment text. Name of the property is comment text. All right, so save this file, and now we will see that what output we are getting, because we are passing now the different values to the three different components. So let's save the index.js, let's save the comment detail.js, and now let's see the output. Great. Now you can see Met, Jenny, and Mac. The timestamp is different. The nice blog post, nice article. So you can see here the text is also different. Okay, so till now we have covered that how you can nest the React components and how you can pass and receive the props. Please understand that props is a very important mechanism in any React component. Okay, now the last part of this video, that how we can implement an approval card. Okay, so let's go back to the semantic UI website, which actually provides different views where which you can reuse basically. So if you navigate to the views, you will find a object which is called card. Okay, so let's see that what card, different types of card it provides. So we want to create a structure similar to this, wherein we have some text and there is a box and there are two buttons, approve and decline. Okay, so since it provides a reusable HTML, so we can use its HTML in our code. So let's see how we can implement an approval card. Okay, so till now what we have done, we have two files, index.js and comment detail.js. Index.js, we have a component which is comment detail, and we are passing some props to it, some properties to it, having some values, and those are getting consumed in comment detail.js. Okay, and this is the current output which you can see on the screen, and this is not hard coded now, right? Okay, all right, now how we can implement an approval card. So similarly, what we can do, first of all, we can create a new file. First of all, just like we created comment detail, we can say approval card.js. So we are creating a new file altogether. Okay, so first command, you already know that what you have to do, you have to import the import react from react. Okay, so now what we are going to do, we are going to create a new component with the name approval card. Okay, just like we created comment detail. So now we are going to create a new component with the name approval card. So how we can create a new component? So we will write const, okay, approval card, that is a component name, is equal to, and then the arrow function. Okay, all right. Now, this is the new component which we are creating in a new file with the name approval card. So let's export it, export default approval card. All right. Now let's make a return statement. Okay. Now what we are going to do, we are going to write our JSX for the approval card in this particular file. And this particular component we are going to consume in our index.js file, right? Okay, so let's write some JSX. So I'm writing the first div. Okay, div, let's say class name is equal to UI cards, and another div, let's say div, and let's give it a class name equal to my content. Okay, let's keep this div here. All right, so I've written some simple JSX, and let's say I am writing here, are you sure, some random text, and then I'm just copying the structure which I want to represent from this particular URL. So I'm just taking this div, okay, and I'm just replacing all the class with the class name, because we know in JSX we can only use class name instead of class. All right, now save this file. So we have written some JSX, okay, in a different file which is approval card.js, and now we are going to consume this approval card.js in index.js. Please remember that you have to export your component before using it in the main file. So let's import this file. So I'm going to write import approval card from approval card. Now I can use this component now in my main file. So let's use this component approval card and close it and just save the file. Now let's see the output, what output we are getting. Okay, great. Now as you can see, I have got it at the top, and are you sure, approve and decline, correct? So that is how we can implement approval card kind of functionality.